This male has got several large cuts on his stomach. Can I get a kilo unit here, please, and an ambulance running? Yeah, he's 32 years old. He's got approximately 10 cuts on the front of his stomach. I don't know how they've been done, but there's a lot of blood. No worries.
I promise you, he's not going to go home. Thank you. So just relax. What I need to do is I'm going to have to start cracking code up because I want to see if you've got any other injuries. Alright?
No.
That's fine. That's fine. But we want to make sure, it's all very good and well me holding on to this pad here, but I need to make sure you've got no other injuries. Alright, I appreciate you've said you've got what you got. Sorry.
I don't want you to go home.
You don't want to go home? You don't want to go home?
My son.
Okay.
So when you stabbed yourself, how did you hold the knife?
Just boom. I want to go.
Where is the knife? The same knife that you used.
Guys, please.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just take it easy.
You should be teasing these guys.
Take it easy.
I'm sorry. Stop. I should have placed you.
I think that's just...
I'm sorry, guys.
Welcome back to Crime Daily UK. A man who stabbed his wife multiple times, then left her to die bleeding out on the kitchen floor before being caught at London's Euston train station with multiple stab wounds that he inflicted on himself, has now been jailed for life. Philip Dafter, who was a former member of the armed forces, stabbed his wife Diana Dafter, 36, at their home in Northampton on the 7th of October last year. The court heard how the couple's marriage had begun to experience difficulties, in part because of mental health issues, which Dafter suffered since the death of his mother in 2015, which he claimed his wife had failed to emphasise with. Mrs. Dafter, a part-time carer who was studying nursing, had returned to the couple's home on the 7th of October last year, and an argument broke out, with Dafter claiming his wife had made a comment about his vehicle. The judge would say that Dafter picked up a knife with murderous intent and stabbed his wife 5 times, with the fatal wound being just below her armpit. After the killing, Dafter went upstairs and tried to stab himself, but the blade broke, so he drove to Asda to buy more knives. He then drove to Northampton station and got on a train to London, reportedly planning to meet a family member to sort out his affairs, but he stayed on the train once it arrived and told the conductor that he needed to speak to the police. Police then found him drunk and bleeding, with 10 knife wounds to his abdomen at London's Euston train station. He told the police he had killed his wife, and police were sent to their home address where Diana's body would go on to be found. During his trial, Dafter denied murder but admitted manslaughter, arguing it on the grounds of diminished responsibility, but the jurors rejected this and they found him guilty of his wife's murder. At Northampton Crown Court on Tuesday, Dafter was jailed for life with a minimum term of 20 years. The judge said the last moments of Mrs. Dafter's life would have been terrifying. He said, "You did nothing to help or contact the emergency services. You must have watched her die in a pool of her own blood on the kitchen floor. You said you had a moment of madness. That is the closest you have ever come to telling the truth about what happened." The judge who jailed Dafter said the couple's marriage had become resentful and argumentative, and Diana was justified to believe you were considering leaving her. He also said, "You violated the trust and security of your marriage. This was a sustained attack with a knife. Her last moments would have been terrifying as she did her best to protect herself. I accept you have remorse for what you did to your wife. You have accepted this killing from the outset." Paying tribute to Mrs. Dafter, the judge said, "She was a woman with many positive qualities." He added, "No sentence will reduce the grief and loss of her family. Will continue to suffer." Well, mad story. Rest in peace to Diana anyway, but like, comment, check back for more, yeah? Peace.